Hey, the developers just announced they'll be giving away the TR40 Golden Eagle armor to anyone who views their stream tomorrow. We'll also discuss the newest changes to the Galactic War Map, and they're looking into fixing those pesky invisible mines, by the way. Plus, we've got a fancy larva leak to go over, and trust me, you'll understand why I'm using the word fancy. If you find this video informative at any point, tap that like button below. Okay, starting off first, the developers just created a post on X talking about how they're going to be hosting a stream tomorrow and doing a giveaway. So right here, Arrowhead posted this and said, "Join us and PlayStation Access for a sneak peek of Escalation of Freedom. Watch our devs answer questions and get a 48-hour early access to the new armor set TR40 Golden Eagle. See you on August 6th from 10 AM BST, 11 AM CST, and until then, may your day be super citizens." So yeah, the developers will be handing out this brand new armor to anyone who views the stream on August 6th, which of course is tomorrow. And with that, I took the liberty of converting the times so you can see the different time zones here. Now we do have some potential bad news. If you click on the link that leads you to the Steam page, right here, the developers posted this and said, "During the stream, our devs will be covering the major details from our biggest update to date. Learn more about the new enemy types, environments, our latest Warbond, Freedom's Flame, and all the big changes coming to the game. Note that the stream will be pre-recorded, but we encourage you to dive into our Discord server to discuss the latest additions. Also, any Steam players who tune in, you will receive 48 hours early access to the latest armor Super Earth has to offer, TR40 Golden Eagle set. The general rollout will then begin on Thursday, August 8th at 10 AM BST, 2 AM PT to all players across all platforms." Now, if you didn't catch that, this will only be available to those on Steam. I haven't seen anyone from Arrowhead deny this, and we don't have a clue if PlayStation players will be able to pick it up as well early, but if not, that really sucks for us who are currently on PlayStation because I don't own this game on Steam, and long story short, I did at one time, but I quickly uninstalled it and wiped anything that had to do with GameGuard because, honestly, I had seen the issues surrounding it, and I just didn't want to take the chance, really. So this whole situation for me personally sucks. I like the color of the armor, and if you don't know what it looks like, here's an example of it. It looks just awesome, man. It looks incredible. The entire armor is almost goldish yellow with parts of the armor being dark, right? So overall, this armor looks amazing, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it, but it does suck that we're not going to be able to use it 48 hours early like some of those Steam users, right? It does suck, but it is what it is. We're now going to continue on and talk about the Galactic War Map. We've got a status update on the Galactic map, and it turns out it's actually a lot bigger than it appears. Before we dive into the specifics, it seems that we've successfully liberated the entire Ymir sector. The Wesen planet within this sector took about 2 days to liberate, but we did it nonetheless. We were also quite successful in defending Marfark, so now the Andromeda sector is also 100% liberated, so no bots should be there, maybe except some scrap metal, right? Now anyways, we have only one lonely sector in the bottom left, which is Trigon sector, and I suggest we try to liberate the last two planets here, which is Vandaland and Troost. If we can do this, then we'll be able to completely finish off the Trigon sector, and at that point there will only be 3 sectors left. Once we liberate Hydra and Lakai sector, we'll have the last and final sector left for the final push towards Cyberstan. We are literally so close to finishing off the automatons, but there's something to consider when it comes down to the Galactic War Map overall. As of right now, we only see a good portion of the planets on the map here, but not what's outside of it. So let me give you an example. If you look at the Galactic War Map, we can see all the planets within the circle. Now outside of this circle, you would of course see more planets and presumably more sectors. What's outside of this, we cannot see, nor do we know what exactly is going on. This could very well be the reason as to why the Terminids on the right side are mutating or evolving. It could also be the reason why the Terminids and automatons are always making a comeback, because whatever's beyond this point could have a bunch of bot and bug planets that have obviously, been taken over. So that could very well be the case. And on that note, if you were to think about the Illuminate and how they're supposedly gone and wiped from the system, well, that may not actually be the truth. Now, I know that's not a huge shocker because we all know that the squids are going to pop up eventually, but it's a matter of when, right? Anyways, what I believe is going on is that the Illuminates may have survived because those planets outside of the Galactic War Map might have a few planets that have been conquered by the Illuminate, which is the same exact idea with the Terminids and automatons. And we are essentially in a never-ending war with these 3 factions. Now, is there a chance that there's a 4th faction beyond the map? Sure, I'd like to think so. I believe there's a high possibility that there's another alien species out there just eagerly waiting. So there are a lot of possibilities and questions regarding this, but you know, the outside boundaries has a lot of mysteries. So what do you think about this theory? And do you believe there's another faction out there that could enter the war? If so, let me know your responses down below in the comments. We are now going to continue along here because the support team member B Vitamin has confirmed that the devs have their eyes set on fixing the invisible mind glitch. Now, just recently, we received a new major order last week that basically requires us to do nothing so that we can pick up the anti-tank mines. Now, I'm not going to go over the briefing message because I'm sure you all are aware of what's going on, but I would like to bring up some information about the mines in general. If we travel over to the Helldivers 2 Discord, we can see a message from a player who states, "At B Vitamin, sorry for the tag, but have the devs said anything on the invisible mine bugs will be fixed. I know it's a known issue, but it's going to get worse when the AT mines are released, even with a bad as it is currently." And B Vitamin's response was, "I know that they're aware of the issue, but beyond that, I don't know what the devs are working on at any given time." Well, there's no word as of right now whether this will be a part of tomorrow's big patch, but it's being looked into, right? And you know, this bug is quite annoying because just recently I ran into a bunch of invisible mines trying to extract with the samples. It's crazy. With that aside, there's an interesting link discovered by Iron Sights, and before I show you this, we all are aware that the larva mission will be included in the next update. Well, there's apparently an alternate version with a fancy hat, if you will, and I'd say this is a very classy larva. There's no clue as of right now whether or not this specific model will be, you know, a part of the actual mission, or if it's cut content. However, it is connected to that mission, so maybe it's something we'll see, but as of right now, this is all that we know. Speaking of leaks, I saw a question on Reddit. This player wanted to know exactly what the datapad is used for. I've went over this information prior in another video, but I thought why not talk about it again and also include some new audio. But before we go over that, let's talk about the purpose of this datapad, or as this player called it, a mini tablet. So the idea behind this is that the datapad will be used to help find intel packages, and these packages can be extracted and will reward you with requisition slips. As you can see here, one of the lines says, "Intel packages are worth 500 rec if they are extracted from a mission." And there's also another line here that says, "Intel packages are compromised, picking them up will notify the enemy of your whereabouts and cause an encounter." This sounds very similar to the larva mission that also will notify enemies nearby. And as for the audio, since some of you might be wondering, here it is, and I'll let it play now and then I'll catch you a little bit afterwards.
Tip number 119. Locate and successfully extract with intel, and you will reveal an intel mission. Hooray!
Overall, the datapad will have a purpose at some point, that is if the developers have not scrapped the idea. And I think this would give us more things to do in game. Now, is 500 requisition slips a big deal? No, absolutely not, but if they were to include samples, I think that would be awesome. And last but not least, let's now discuss a helpful tip that you may not know about. When you're near a bunker and let's say your teammates are far from your destination, there's a trick you can use to check inside the bunker and see if the rewards are worth it. To do this, jump forward, go prone midair, or simply go into prone position and push forward so your face is somewhat in the door. Then at this point, you want to go ahead and switch from the third person perspective to first person mode to look inside. This trick can help you avoid wasting time on bunkers with less useful items like a flamethrower or some sort of other support weapon. In this clip, you can see inside the bunker, and this one specifically has some super credits, making it well worth opening up. However, side note, if you were to merge or glitch yourself through the door, you might not be able to pick these items up. You might suspect that those items can be picked up. Surprisingly, they cannot. So just don't even bother trying to get inside. It's just not worth it. So with everything being said, this is your Helldivers 2 news. If you guys would like to be featured at the end of the video, all you have to do is comment down below. Here's your top 3 comments. The first comment is by I'm Corn, Joel, just observing enabling lore. Now that's what I think is the name. The second comment is by Borger Let. This person says, thermite grenade, am I a joke to you? And yeah, I totally forgot about the thermite grenade. You know, it is a sticky version of a grenade. But anyways, the third and final comment is by Kasnip's Adventure. Joel's fire blue beam might be confirmation that the blue beam sightings were indeed real. Or it's the developers making fun of our constant speculation regarding stray Scorcher shots. I would love to take control of a Hulk though, you know, they mentioned new game modes in the trailers, so... And there's the top 3 comments. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not done so already, subscribe and turn on the notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.